Danny, getting ready. Danny Breer's getting ready here, obviously for the draft, like everyone Friday night
Yeah,
here. Just made a deal. I don't know, I'm sure you saw it. Trevor Zegras coming to the Flyers. What are your thoughts
yeah,
on him? I don't know how much you've been able to see him. I know he's kind of been in and out of the lineup with some injury things, but coming over, obviously he traded Pales, and he was
yeah,
a good guy, good player, but trying to get some more skill. I'm thinking in my mind for Michkov to play with Michkov maybe. What
yeah,
are your thoughts on that move?
yeah. They better have a good defensive center ice
Yeah, yeah,
Extra defensive.
yeah, exactly. I'd have to get Bergeron out of retirement, but
yeah,
I don't know. Like, I think for him, it's kind of a win-win maybe, as the way Danny's probably seen it is he has a couple years left. Like, the
yeah,
Flyers aren't winning the cup next year, so maybe you bring a guy like that in. You kind of strike lightning in a bottle where he likes it there. He starts, 20. I think he's 24. I think I read. So
Yeah.
he's still decently young, but not like a young kid anymore. Where I think you may have to like grow up a little and know that. And I don't mean that in like a naive sense of like he just like goes to the rink and do whatever, but I just mean his game of like evolving into a 200-foot player, guy that can be trusted on the ice, a guy that's got great skill, but kind of use it in a positive way instead of, kind of like the games that I've seen. I haven't watched them a ton, but it just seems like very high risk,
Yeah.
obviously high skill, but like I was saying before about the defenses seems secondary, that sort of thing. And I think sometimes when you get traded at a younger age, it can kind of focus you in on some of the different like tangible things that you can change with being better defensively. Um, maybe I don't know about playing a little harder, but like just kind of getting into those areas in the corner that you kind of need to fight for, stuff like that. So for Danny, it's probably, like you didn't pay a ton to get him with,
right.
he probably has really big upside because he is so skilled. So if it doesn't work out in 2 years when hopefully the Flyers are kind of ramping up, you either keep them, re-sign them, or you don't. So it's probably just a Flyer. Originally, I wasn't a huge fan of the trade, but after thinking about it, you probably want to develop Michkov a little bit more and give him something to play with. And like I said, if it
Yeah.
doesn't work out in 2 years, you just either trade him or let him go and move on. So it'll be interesting to see how the Flyer fans react because
So
uh,
I saw some comments, Richie, and I said, well, at least warm ups will be fun.
yeah,
Because of all
yeah,
that skill
High
work.
skill, yeah. You
yeah,
almost start.
It is.
exactly.
Well, I actually took Elvis said we got to get to warm ups when the
To
first time he
see,
came in.
yeah,
He
yeah,
is a highly skilled guy,
he's
obviously.
got all the skill in the world. I think just like using it to um, like putting it in a direction of like helping the team and like knowing when
Right.
to use it, I think would be the biggest thing of not trying, cross ice sauce when it's a 3-2 game or,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like
Right.
use it in a way that's going to be not only like helpful for your teammates, but for the team as well. Um, I guess just not turning the puck over, too much where
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
putting like you can use your skill, but just know when to use it, I guess is
Yeah.
kind of the thing that I noticed right away, where like some things he was trying and they'd be up 3-2 in a game and you're like, I don't know if you need to do that there. So we'll see how it works out. I don't know. I
Richie,
don't
there
know.
there was
An
there
experiment.
that yeah,
Experiment, yeah.
exactly. There was a player back in the day when Sudsy, my dad was a trainer there with the Flyers, and his name was Miroslav Dvorak, and he was Czech, and everybody his nickname was Cookie. I got a few great stories about him, but the one that you just talk about his skill and everything. So Cookie, they're killing a penalty. I guess he gets the puck, and my old man's like he just can skate, right? He's just kind of like did it before the guys were doing it. Like he's going through guys and circling around, and I guess Keenan's losing his fucking mind. Just get the puck out because they're killing a penalty, right? So he comes back and he's like, Cookie, what the fuck are you doing, man? He goes, dipsy doo, good for fans. He's like, no, it's not. You know?
Yeah.
You're right. It's like sometimes you see him trying those moves where, like, there are times where they're effective, right? Like, where it works, but you have to know when to do it. And speaking of, we didn't get a chance to talk to you about this either. Obviously, it was a few weeks ago, but Rick Tocchet's hired as a coach. Maybe he's a guy that he's still in tune with the younger groups or younger kids, and he kind of reminds me of Chief as a coach. Hopefully, he can get him, get in his ear and you know, say, hey,
and, like, teach him how to do it. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Because like you remember when like Peter Nedved was there, and he was the same player every time. Yeah, exactly. Like bedhead. But he would it was the same player no matter what the score was of the game, where he was on the ice. Like he was like toe dragging at the blue line. Yes. He was between the legs and just like no cares in the world. Where I think, like you said, Talk could probably do that. Like you're down a goal. It's not a bad time to use that skill when you're up a goal. Try to keep it simple. And Talk's such a great coach. Like you could tell a lot of the guys in Vancouver loved him. It seemed like when he was with Pittsburgh as the assistant, it seemed like everybody loved him. So you must obviously have you must be great at like communicating with people of what they can and can't do, and probably explain to them, this is probably not the best situation for it. This is that sort of thing. So I think that's a great hire for Philly. I think he'll do a great job. Like I've never had him. I've kind of seen him around, but I've never had him as a coach. But I don't think I've ever heard one person help like in the media or just talking to guys that has ever said a bad word about him. So he obviously is doing something well, because it seems like he's universally loved by all the players, and that's hard to do. So he obviously has a good handle on the game. Even like last year for Vancouver wasn't the best year, but like 2 years ago when they kind of had a run, I think they lost to Edmonton at the time, but like they were going through without Demko, and they had some guys in and out of the lineup, and he just like his message always seemed to stay the same, and guys seem to love playing for him. So I think he'll be great in Philly. Like he seems like just such a good coach.
He's super excited too.
Yeah. He just seems so intense too. Like you watch like his videos of him playing, and then you see him behind the bench. You could just see his, him grinding his teeth, and but which is nice. Like you see a coach like that, like Chief's the same way, where he's just like so intense, but like he seems like he has a really good knack for kind of what to say in the moment, what needs to be done, like stuff like that. So. I think he'll do great.